Go. Hello, 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 and welcome to the end of the season debrief with us at United Racing Team 86. I am your team principal of a very successful season, and I'm joined by our champion FLW 20.
Yo, 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 yo.
Right.
Pro's already left us for Audi.
Well, yeah, with that, you know what? We'll start off with that topic. So obviously, it's been a successful season for us, third place in the constructors. But it did come with some sad news with Pro leaving us.
Indeed, he has. Yeah, Pro has left me again.
Yep.
After missing about 5 races, he has left me again.
What people don't get though is Pro struggled this season. We both know this, but he was a really good part of the team.
No, Pro was very good. Like we knew, obviously how stacked the grid was. It was never going to be easy anyway. But I'd say we can literally see through the rounds. Pro's got better and better. They start scoring points at the end.
Exactly, yeah. Obviously, he helped us in that fight for third place against the likes of Sanka and EAR and TIG and that sort of stuff. So yeah, well, obviously we wish him good luck with his Audi team coming in for the new season. And yeah, so he's obviously leaving, creating his own team. So he'll be in my spot next season. Your future is actually still uncertain, but we're not here to talk about your future. We're here to look back on the season, have a little debrief, talk about moments, and yeah. So let's start off with. All right, okay. Let's start off with you being the champion. How does that feel?
Honestly, I'd say I've won titles and stuff before, right? But I think this one might be the best one.
Yeah, personally, obviously people, obviously I was commentating, so I sort of left you to do your thing. But
you had a couple TP watch-alongs with me every once in a while.
Yeah, we did, yeah. But we were talk before the race, and obviously this one meant a lot for you because everyone knows we're friends in real life. So yeah. You're sort of fighting for both of us in this championship, which means a lot to me. Yeah. As your team principal, and when you won it in Jeddah, that was just such a good moment, and I was so happy for you.
I mean, like I said, I felt like it wasn't just for me doing that. Like I felt for you as well, and Pro, because like I wanted to make sure that this team, we got something out of this and proved the point.
Yeah. Obviously, we all put a lot of hard work in. Me as a team principal, I feel like I was slacking.
You're doing comms, man. It's okay.
Yeah, I was doing comms, but I feel like I should have helped you out, which is something I'm going to aim to improve on next season. But I will still be on comms after a big break I'm having.
A hiatus.
Yeah. So that break will obviously I'll be there in the chat and that sort of stuff and helping our drivers out. But yeah, when I come back up in comms, but the aim is to improve the behind the scenes part. Obviously with the likes of DTS and that sort of stuff, we want to stay in the littlest possible drama. We just want to do our own thing, get that championship twice, get the constructors for the first time. But yeah, okay, let's sway away from the dramatic stuff. Overall, Wednesday Fantasy League United Racing, how was that for you? A whole new format to F1 League Racing.
Well, yeah, obviously, first of all, I was like, to be honest, when it got announced, I was like, yeah, I want to do this. But I was unsure how it was going to go, I didn't know if it was going to be like a 1 week thing and realised, this ain't it. But the way it went and the way it's been, it feels totally different to any other sort of type of league racing.
Yeah. Definitely. The addition of team principals. Yeah, definitely competitive. But the addition of team principals and the driver personalities we got were perfect as well.
We have a lot of different driver personalities. Same for TPs as well. We got a lot of different TP personalities.
Exactly. I feel like that combination of the track drama, the customized teams, and the team principles, all of that merged in one was absolutely insane. And yeah, overall, a huge success for the DTS Wednesday League. Obviously, no longer known as the Wednesday Fantasy League. It's just called Wednesday DTS League, which I'm gonna have to get used to on comms, and you on your YouTube videos. But actually, so something we are adding is the addition of mics in races. So, is that going to affect you?
Is it going to affect me? There may be instances where if I get caught up in an incident or something, I have to restrain myself a bit more, which I know you guys don't want me to. I know you guys want me to just go out for it. But to be honest, if you're going to hear anything from me, I'll be singing. I'll be singing a song. You know that.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people in the Discord don't know me and you are two really weird people. Like, we don't take anything seriously. We don't practice F1. We just hop on, play the game, do the race, and then we leave and have some fun. We do our career modes sometimes, but even then we don't play the game a lot compared to other people. And then when we're in races, obviously people haven't heard us, but they will get used to it. But we're just chatting about random stuff in races.
I know people are really focused normally, and I mean, fair enough. I know people get very angry in races and stuff, but me and you, we have the odd moment where if someone does something, we say something.
Yeah.
But then we just laugh off.
Yeah. A really good example of that was our champs race in Miami. That was an absolute shambles where I actually ended up hitting you. Instead of being annoyed with each other, we start laughing. It was really nice.
Let out a scream as well. Yeah, I thought that was the end of both our races there. I thought we just completely messed that one up. But, yeah, it was funny. It was funny.
Right, so back to talking about last season, because that's what this is about. Us at United, we had a few dramatic moments. First probably is the trade night. So obviously you didn't know, as a driver, you didn't know what's happening in trade night.
Yeah.
Me as the TP,
yeah.
I
found out.
Yeah,
he didn't show up.
Yeah, I wasn't there. Well, I was there. I arrived very late, and that led to a 20-point deduction.
So my reaction when I see that we get a 20-point deduction and Pro's just gone and got 20 points and he just lost them all because you've got the point deduction.
Yes, so that actually meant that you finished on higher points than the actual team.
I don't know if it evened out at the end because Pro scored a couple points. I'm not sure.
It may have. I don't actually know. We'll have to find out. But yeah. What was your actual reaction to that news? Hearing I got a 20-point deduction for the team.
Well, do you want to be completely honest with you?
Yeah.
Well, the first reaction was, what a donut. Right, that was the first reaction. But in my head I was thinking, because at the time, I think we were fighting Croft.
Yeah.
For P2. And, but we also had, I can't remember what it was, I think it was Matthew's team right behind us. And I know that when I got the point, when we got that point deduction, and I saw it, I thought my work's already cut out for me because obviously Pro missed a couple races throughout. I was like, my work's already cut out for me, and now we just got a -20. So in my head, I was thinking, right, I got to win next week. That was the first thing that came into my head. But we managed to recover in the end.
Yeah. Obviously, you carried us to that third place. I think there's no denying that. And just like the ability to single-handedly drag the team up as a TP, everyone sort of had a laugh about it. Yeah, on the very first draft night.
Yeah.
About how I drafted you. You came in as the elite champion. But yeah, everyone was saying it as like, oh, he's picked his best friend. Surprise, surprise, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I won't name the name who said it, but someone did say it. But
Chaz said it.
Yes, it was Chaz.
It was Chaz.
Yeah, it was Chaz. Yeah, but I honestly picked you because of that ability to. Firstly, you don't care what happens, so you just drive whatever happens, and you're very quick, and obviously being friends comes into a factor. But
I mean, I will say, I enjoy driving for someone I know. Like, but I felt like, I don't know, I felt it was more of a, I want to do better knowing that I was driving for you
yeah,
as
hundred
well. And
percent.
I enjoyed that. And I mean, I also remember the Zandvoort race. I watched the stream back. I was looking for a move on Rattigan after the safety car done me over, and your AI hit.
No. But
Actually,
he did not
that
double
was
stack
by
you.
Dale.
Exactly.
That was by Dale. Yeah. True.
So
that.
yeah, it was not my
I
fault.
remember going for a move on Rattigan, and I didn't quite get close enough for it, and I didn't go for it. And I remember you saying on stream, you picked me because I know when to go for a move and when to not.
Exactly. You have that ability of race management, which I think is key in racing, especially league racing, where it's very chaotic league racing. We all know this.
Yeah.
But that ability to constantly be calm, pick the right battles at the right time your moves correctly, and just keeping it overall clean is such a key factor. And that would be my best advice to anyone, especially to the drivers who do join us. Pick your battles and don't bother fighting the ones where you don't need to. And I think, yeah, your ability to do that, even in champs typically, you don't sometimes you don't race the top lot, but it ends up getting you podiums, it gets you 5th place, it gets you 4th place, that sort of stuff. So yeah, should we move on to our second part of this?
What is the second part?
Alright, second part is so I have
That's gonna sound really scripted. I actually don't know what the second part is.
yeah, I have not told him. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 videos for you.
Okay.
Um,
I'm listening.
and for some reason, they're not in order. I don't know why they're not in order.
Well, that's alright. You can send me them in the order.
Alright, okay. And we'll just talk about just everything that was happening in this moment. So, this is the first video. I'm putting it in our chat now. So when that loads, this is the official team launch video of a team being announced. Me, you, and Pro. Obviously, me, the team principal. You and Pro, the drivers. And yeah, what were you feeling when this video got announced and the whole sort of draft night? So that video's in now.
Honestly, yep. I see the video. I've watched this a few times. Honestly,
a few times.
I was over the moon.
Yeah,
Because I know how good you are at making videos as well.
Yeah, I feel like we sort of
that
took a Red Bull approach.
Exactly.
With the media stuff. Like I did my behind the scenes sort of videos, doing shorts, livery videos, reveal videos, signing videos, which I plan to do more of next season, hopefully.
Which is what I feel. Me and you as a team, it just really worked because we just had that extra content as well to bring.
Yeah, even this video right now that we're recording is just perfect.
And yeah, the video was sick. I mean, the way you revealed me, I was like, oh, you make me look like the best driver in the world on there and stuff. I was like, yeah, I was very happy with it.
Fun fact, in that video, you come in as the elite champion. Obviously, Ben Brash was driving in Champions tier, and Mac and Cheese was your rival, let's say, in elite tier, alongside me. But I didn't do the season properly. That's not an excuse, but yeah. So, were you surprised when you found out? Well, it's not when you found out. When you saw that Mr. Scotty MT decided to pull it out of the bag and just drive like he's the Flash.
So I knew he was fast. We all knew that.
Yeah.
Right. We knew he was because in Elite, he had a bit of a dip off at the end, but it was me, Matt, you, and Scott.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's who it was. So I knew it was going to be there, but I don't know what happened. He just sort of went from being fast to just, this guy should be in champs tier.
Exactly. And he is in champs tier now.
He is now. He is now, Sky. If you're listening.
He ain't listening to this.
Scotty might listen. Wayne, he'll listen.
Wayne will probably listen. He's actually a loyal viewer.
Love you, Wayne.
We do love you.
But yeah, Scotty's he found pace that, I mean, I guess he practiced more and stuff, because obviously we should probably practice a bit more, shouldn't we? But
we should, realistically, but let's be honest, both of us can't be bothered.
he just sort of came out of nowhere. I know after the first few rounds he was first, but I didn't really think much of it because I got caught up in incidents and things. But tracks like Jeddah and Mexico, just like tracks like that, he was so fast. And I remember having a race around Portimao in the Elite Championship, and I won by 10 seconds. I was thinking, oh, are we going to go for it again? But it was not the case, because Scotty was just there the whole time.
Yep. So that leads on to the second clip, which I just put in. This was actually from before the season started. This is about this was the Meet the Driver video that we did. Little PR thing where you talked about your biggest, like your predictions and your rivals.
How right was I?
Well, you talked about Mac and Cheese and Ben Brash being your rivals. Once again, you did not mention Scott, which just gives Scott so much credit.
Yeah, I apologise at the same time.
Yeah. So yeah, Scott came out of nowhere, but were you slightly relieved that both Mac and Ben had their ups and downs respectively?
I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was very happy with that. I mean, I know Ben missed a couple of races, but I know he also got caught up. I mean, I think it was Imola, him, Mac, and Scott, I think all got caught up in Imola.
Yeah.
So that was like a massive race for me, because I won the race as well, which just gave me that point advantage. And I think Mac had a couple races missed, and I think he got caught up in some unfortunate incidents throughout the season. Turn 1 Monza does come to mind, which was not unfortunate. That was a guy who took his eye off the screen for about 2 seconds. But yeah, I was happy that they had their moments. But at the end of the season, Ben was starting to scare me. Ben just went in. Like, he was about to do the back-to-back-to-back. Luckily, Scotty won the third one, so I was the only person in the league that done the 3 in a row. But yeah, Ben at the end of the season started looking scary, and as soon as him and Scott put together in the constructors, we knew it was a write-off. It was a write-off, yeah.
Still not happy with Matthew for that. Can't believe.
What the hell, Matthew?
We're both female with Matthew. I think the whole 18 other drivers, the
Clyde,
9
though.
other TPs. Clyde, fair play to him. He's definitely on the radar for this season. So we actually have this third clipping coming, which is, yeah, it was the very first lap of the season. What was going through your head right here?
So, you know, I'm quite calm when it comes to racing. Like, when I'm actually in the race,
we've mentioned this, yeah.
But I was not happy with my Spain quali lap.
Yeah.
I was not happy with it. I messed up. So I was like, I was trying to put a stamp on the start saying, look, I am the fastest.
Alright.
And from there, it was like, I'm not, clearly not. But we got off the lap 1, and it was like, okay, race time now. And I think I had a bad start as well. I think I got off the line quite slow.
Yeah.
And obviously I
You're
wasn't
on
the
the hard
hard
tyres
tyres as
there,
well.
innit?
But I remember Brad just flying past me.
Yeah,
And as
we
he
should
went-
have seen it coming with Brad, because look, if you see it, he starts 4th.
Almost every race.
He's alongside you into turn 1.
But I saw him fly past me, and I remember thinking, he's on mediums. Back out. You know, don't go for it too much. Bide your time. You know I bide my time. So we go into that turn 1, and I feel like I'm very respectful into the turn. I feel like I leave so much space. I'm basically on the grass,
Yeah.
right? And I think I can't remember who it was. I think it was it Bab got caught. Was it Bab that got caught?
It
I
was
think
Bab and Mac and Cheese.
And then they just, I mean, there's nothing I can do there. There's absolutely nothing I can do there. So I remember picking up wing damage lap 1, and I think it was just a sigh of disappointment as I trundled back to the pits.
Yeah.
And then I put those medium tyres on, and then from then on, it was, right, you're at the back now, you're by yourself, go for it.
Yeah, and you ended up getting the
I know I had to
podium.
pit again at the end, but the safety car helped me out a little bit. But yeah, I managed to gain back the time, and managed to get back to P3, which, although it's not what I wanted off the start of my first race, it was like, you got the pace to recover.
Yes, which I think... I know you wanted to stamp your foot down as the fastest in the tier. You didn't do it by winning, but you did it by charging through that field, being 20 seconds behind on lap 1, still getting overtakes done, putting yourself back in that race, and getting a podium. Which, fun fact, yeah, you only got on the podium
Hungary
because...
as well.
Yeah, we'll go on to that. You got on that podium because Scott got a penalty, so
Indeed.
it all could have turned out different. There's this many moments in the season where just everything changed, and I feel like you just took advantage of every moment, which is brilliant.
I mean, I always try and stay clean, always try and stay out of trouble. Sometimes you gotta go for it, and it's risky, but I feel like I'm too reserved, but it works for me.
Yeah, I get you. Right. So it wasn't a disappointing start to the season, but it wasn't the best start, and we went to Australia, and that was a nightmare race.
Another frustrating race.
Yes. This moment here, the clip is now in.
Yeah, I know what this moment is.
Yep.
We all do. The infamous Rattigan line.
Yep, I will actually insert that if I can find it, but yeah, this was round 2, and you got crashed off the start.
Put a pole.
Yeah, you put a
Very
pole.
happy with the lap.
Yeah, and then you got swiped out turn 1. Then this happened, you got a penalty, I believe. It was not the start we would have wanted, and I remember you going to me saying, what is happening here? Like, you could not believe your eyes. And this was the first time I was on comms, and I was so confused what happened because I didn't see it live. But watching that clip, it was bad.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I mean, to just run you through it?
Go for it, just watch that clip, tell us what's happening.
I mean, so just start of the race. I know it was obviously there was no bad intention of me and Bab would get along, but I got hit off the track, off the start. Luckily, didn't pick up damage. I lost a few positions, 2, I think. I went down to 3rd.
Yep.
4th actually. Chaz binned it. then I went back up to 3rd.
Story of the season.
And I remember just focus on that and just get back onto it. And then there was a couple safety cars, and I feel like I messed up when to pit under the safety car because there was so many.
Yep.
And then I felt like I was on the wrong tyre at the end, and I remember just getting caught behind cars that hadn't pit or were maybe a bit slower, and just losing time. And I'd probably overdone it and got myself the penalty. And you know, I don't normally get penalties.
Yeah, I know.
I don't get many penalties, but I remember just overdoing it, picking up that 3 second, and then I knew I had to overtake the car in front of me, had a 3 second, because it was literally for position.
Exactly.
And then I was going at it with Mac for ages, and I think me and Mac got tangled up, and I had wing damage for the last lap. So I was driving with wing damage.
Not even the last lap, right?
Corner.
Oh, was it before that?
Before. I remember we had it, and we was going at it, and I remember seeing Mac, and he was going for Raggan, because I think Raggan had a pen as well. Maybe not. And I remember them both fighting extremely hard against each other, and I remember them both going wide. And you know I am careful with my moves, and there was the gap, and it was a big enough gap, so I went for it. Yep. And I got it done. I had it done. I was ahead. And then what's that? My left rear slightly gets hit, and all 3 of us are round in the wall.
Yeah.
And
I feel like something we have to mention here is Rattigan. This man could not catch a break at the start of the season.
No. Which is why I'm so happy for him around Zambort.
Exactly. we will now move on to Zandvoort here. This was a true turning point in the season, in my opinion. First
The
win.
100th race of mine.
Yes, okay, wait. Shall we talk about this moment then? The 100th race, the infamous 100th race. So going into it, you wanted to make it a landmark win. Well, not even just a landmark race, but I know you desperately wanted to win.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Grim Sleeper, Dale, decides he wants to put his traction higher. I think he goes up to medium traction. And this man turns from spinning everywhere to putting it pole. Wait, did he put it on pole?
Yeah.
Yeah, he puts it on pole.
And that was a demoralising moment for me.
Didn't he lead like 33 laps?
He was gone.
Yeah, so that happened, but then that move happened down that straight. And you went fast.
So the quali lap killed me. Really killed me, because it wasn't my best lap, but it was a good lap. So when I saw that Dale went even quicker after already being first, and he went quicker again, I was like, this guy's just pulled off a Jose Mourinho putting up this traction. He was gone. And I remember in my head I was thinking, you've just got to stick with him. Just stay with him. Because, no offence to anybody else on the grid, we all know the pace and the people caught up. I felt like me and Dale were by far the fastest to that race.
Yeah, I think you two were in a race of your own there.
So the aim was to just stick with him, and I remember at the start, because he was rapid on the mediums, I was struggling to stay within a second of him.
Yeah.
And then the whole safety car malarkey happened, and he got a 5 second served it, but I got double stacked. So Rattigan overtook.
You actually got double stacked by him.
And then when Rattigan overtook, I knew I had to get past Rattigan again, which I thought Dale would end up just going from then.
Yeah.
Luckily I got Rattigan with enough time, and I think it was another safety car afterwards anyway.
Yeah, which was really good.
But I think he put those hard tyres on, and I know he says to me, he's not as good on the hard tyres. I thought he was running out of fuel at the end, but he just said he hated the tyres. And when he let me past, the dummy let by. I knew what he was doing, but I was already too close to him. I couldn't back out either. I had to go for it.
Yeah.
And then he just comes straight back at me, and I was like, we're playing this game now. So,
yeah, obviously, there was potential to have
when I got past him,
crazy battles with Dale, but obviously he did kind of have to get nerfed, and I didn't tell him, but he got told that he had to put his traction back down in order to make it fair with the price ranges.
There was some.
There was a lot of uproar that day.
Because Jaguar looked like the favourites then.
Yeah, with Chaz and Dale in one team, and they ended up finishing last. I can't believe that. Even with Dale putting down his traction, like, I did not believe that. But then we'll move a couple of races forward after that win. You went 3 in a row.
That was nice.
To back to back. You went from Zandvoort to Imola.
Bahrain.
Oh, Zandvoort, Bahrain, Imola. Unbelievable. Back to back to back. And we released a little video about it, getting 3 wins in a row. Which was insane. So you not only drive to do that, back to back to back, and you obviously won in... What was the other race you won in?
Portugal.
Portugal, yes, it was Portugal. So you ended up with 4 wins the whole season. Ben Brash with 2 wins?
Yes, I believe it was 2 for Ben.
Yeah, so you won the majority of races, which is insane. Which is mad. You won a third of the races in the whole division, which showed just pure dominance, and I think we could easily say that. But we go to Monza. Championship on the line, you and Scotty. Scotty started turning up again.
You jinx merchant.
He started putting some performances in, and then this moment happened. I'll let you watch it.
Yeah, I tried to forget about it, to be honest.
This is the Commons version where, yeah, I say that they're not going to crash, and they ended up crashing.
Do you know what? This was such a hard moment for me, because I was thinking, do you know, that's probably the angriest I've been in a while, below Scotty.
Exactly.
So I can't be mad. I know he doesn't mean it. I mean, that was I don't know how I gained on him. I think he had damage from earlier on that I managed to catch up with him in the race. And I remember us both going around that corner, and I slightly lost the car, but I corrected it.
Yeah.
And then next thing I know is I've got a black and gold car
Lotus.
from Lotus Clips, my title rival, smashing into the side of me.
It was a very poetic
and I
moment.
thought he got away with it. I thought he got away with it because I had wing damage. I don't think he did. And I thought,
He
here you
had
go,
no
he's just going to
wing.
come outdo me.
He just
and
kept
then
driving.
he just kept going. But Scott knows that I love Scott. There's no hard feelings with that. But it was
I
tough.
think with the likes of Scott, Jay, Wayne, Trouser, basically the steward slash admin guys, I think they all just know that we just love each other. That's just how it goes. We're all good friends. Scott especially, obviously we have a secret chat, which I will not mention what the name of it is. But yeah, Scott, me, you, Basson and Ratigan, all 5 of us in that chat are, yeah, they're just an elite bunch of boys. And you in a title fight with Scott, it was weird because you want Scott to do well because he's a good friend.
Yeah.
But you don't want him to do well, if you get what I mean.
If I had it my way, I'd be finishing first every week and he'd come second every week. I'd be happy with that. That's how it would have been.
Yeah.
But I think I remember texting you as well on Monza. I was ill that day.
You were, I remember you were really ill and you're like, should I pull out? I as your TP, I told you to pull out. You're like, no, I gotta do this, gotta do it for the team, gotta do it for myself. The title fight, everything like that. And I honestly, fair play that you finished the race. I don't care where you finished in that race, you just finished it, and that was unbelievable. Showing how committed you are to the team, which was really nice to see as a TP. So yeah, like even with, you had a lot of moments in that race. Let's be honest. The turn one.
I had a moment with Clyde where I got knocked off track a little bit and lost positions again, lost time to him and Ratigan.
Then obviously this moment, you had to pit several times, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not a fun day to be ill and driving that race. So yeah, fair play to you. But then that leads us on to this livery that we ran at Jeddah. Now, Jeddah we claimed as our home track, as we did not have a Bangladesh track on the circuit, on the game. So we released this beauty. I think it was a nice livery, do you?
I think it's one of my favourite liveries, to be honest. I prefer it more actually racing it than I did out. It just had it had a racing like paint job to it.
Yeah, it looked nice in a shiny purple and got orange stars. And we decided to run this as our home race. We got approval from the board of directors at United and the admins team. We ran this livery, and you actually ended up being PGR Wednesday Fantasy League champion in it, which I haven't shared the clip to, so I'll do that quickly now. But yeah, how did that feel? You did it at the home GP around a track that, let's be honest, you don't really like Saudi, do you?
No.
Exactly.
Not really.
That last lap, Scott picks up a penalty. You're already P2. You've done what you need to do. Scott picks up that penalty. It moves you technically to P1. And then Mr. EAR himself, Dave Riley, last corner, comes and takes that win. Like, you're champion, but you've just lost a win. How? What? I was commentating, and I was still happy for Dave. Like, that moment is PGR history right there. And your championship got overshadowed. Fair play to Dave and the whole EAR team. Him, Tuck, and the man that shall not be named in this vid. As I don't believe, I believe he's actually left, which is quite sad.
Yeah, he's no longer about.
Yeah, he was in a lot of the streams.
Made him sound like he died there.
Yeah, and he was just involved heavily with DTS, the drama, everything like that. But yeah,
I mean, I was just going to say about that clip.
yep,
People obviously, as why would they? They don't know how I am when I race. Normally, no one really knows how I am. Am I a really
you're
angry
quite a
driver?
mysterious guy, I'd say.
Am I an angry driver or whatever? No, I'm quite a chill driver. So in these races, don't get me wrong, who doesn't want to win, right? But
Yeah.
I knew what I had to do that race, and I was not risking anything for it. I was
Exactly.
not. Like I remember racing Brad, and Brad was, I don't know, Brad was clearly more confident and didn't have as much to lose as me around there. So I didn't want to fight drivers like Brad and that so much. It was more just stick with Sky, do your job. So when they got that penalty at the end, and I had
It was a massive relief.
I had the reach of him. I was like, I can go for this. I'm not going to push myself into a mistake, but I will go for this. And I remember, I think because he was pushing so hard, he made a couple of mistakes.
Yeah.
And then we got to that final corner, and I just see this blue and black car with a rocket behind it, flying. And I'm thinking, well, there goes the win. And he just comes up the outside of my car and just takes me before the line. And in my head, I'm thinking, fair play, Dave, but in the end, I was like, I've won the championship. It's all okay. It's
Such
all
a good
right.
moment, though. Such a good moment.
But it is PGR history.
Yeah, PGI history. He was in a party with Mac and Cheese. They were mental, so fair play to them. And I feel Dave has improved a lot, to be fair. He is going to be a driver to watch for the new season. But yeah, let's go back to this generation. You actually winning the championship. You crossed the line. I got to announce you champion. As your TV, I got to announce it. And that was a really good moment. Yeah. Obviously, I was gutted for Scott. Like, yeah, Scott is probably one of the nicest people in the whole league as well. So
He would have
yeah.
done a treble as well, so I couldn't have been having that. He was about to do a treble.
He was as well. Yeah, he won both Elite Tier and Legacy. Now, winning Legacy is impressive, especially with the calibers of drivers in there. So yeah, Scott won his trophies. You got your trophy, and I feel it was happy days. Which then led us to this final race where you were very happy with this move. Now, I've not even put the whole move in because it's a long clip. But last lap, end of the season, everyone's got nothing to lose, and you are fighting the Jaguar car of Max Stubbs, who, to be fair to him, had a brilliant race. Let's be honest, he was phenomenal
Unbelievable drive.
that last race. And you just do a lovely switchback, get a lovely exit, go around the outside, done deal, you're champion, P3. And yeah, that was a really nice way to end the season off. I feel like that move there. As you can see, I missed that switchback.
I call this whole section involves Hilly as well. This is my Thanos moment.
Your Thanos moment.
I was chasing Hilly down for time, thinking I'll go for him on the last lap, help each other catch Max.
Yeah.
And Hilly just wasn't catching Max quick enough.
So
I
it
thought,
was
you know
like,
what?
fine, I'll do it
I'm gonna
myself.
do it myself. So I overtook Hilly, and then it was right. Get Max now. Got him right at the end. Lovely move. Managed to get back to a podium after the safety car done me over completely in that race.
Yeah.
So I managed to get back to it, and yeah, it was just a nice way to end it. To be honest, everyone happy.
I like how this video has gone from being a short review of the season and a debrief to being a full-on podcast.
Yeah, that's what they want.
That is what they want. It's a good way to end off the season. We just chat about the season. Obviously,
Use it for DTS content as well. You can.
yeah, we could. Yeah, we're both on the DTS film crew. So before we end off, let's talk about future plans. I'm on board as a TP. You're technically a free agent now. Any preferences where you want to
go? I think we all know my preferences.
Yeah.
Well, we know that, look, driving for you, obviously knowing you, like, actually knowing you, it gives me that more of a want to do better, and, I don't know, just bring that more content towards the DTS league. I mean, I don't know if anybody knows this. I may miss a couple races this season.
Yep,
Here and
we
there.
have talked about this. Yeah, he's gonna miss a lot of races, I believe, from my sources. So yeah, that's just not gonna be helpful in our hunt for that title again.
But obviously, I'll be going for it no matter what. So, driving for you with Pro as my teammate. I know Pro had his moments where they laughed at him.
It was such a
podium
good
sitter,
synergy of a team, though.
and stuff like that. But I feel like that Portugal race, especially, there was that good
That was
chemistry between the whole team.
that was the first time all three of us had the chance to get in a party. We do this team properly. We had Fear on comms, and I got to be the team principal that I wanted to be from the start. I didn't really want to do this commentating stuff. It sort of happened. I want to put the team first, but then I want to put the league first. So I thought I got to cover it. But yeah, that Portugal race, we had me, you, Pro in a party. You were giving Pro advice, I was giving Pro advice. He got points. He had a good race racing the likes of Jock, Healy, Wayne, those sort of people. End up picking, getting P17 or something. So good points for the team. But yeah, last little chat. So you got a target back on your back next season.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking at the likes of Scotty again, who's going to challenge you? Well, obviously we got a new addition, Liam G. Really nice guy actually.
Yeah.
Could be a potential teammate for you.
Depending on where I go, we shall see. I don't know how much he'll be praised at because I know he's a good driver.
Yeah, but
yeah, target on my back. I mean, look, I can't look past Scotty. He's probably, I mean, on the new game as well. I mean, you haven't really done anything on the new game, and I know Scotty has been sweating it out. So Scott's going to be fast off the start. I know he is. It's just, can I keep up with him, and is my racecraft better? But so obviously I can't look past him. Ben, not Ben's sake. And I mean, people have said about him, but keep an eye out.
Bab indeed, he
Bab's
will
gonna be a problem.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, whoever wants it, come get it. This is my trophy.
There you go. There's the DTS line we needed.
This is my trophy.
This has turned out to be 42 minutes long, and I don't know how we've done this.
Podcast.
Yeah. This has turned into a podcast. I will have to edit this. But yeah, that has been the race not race debrief. The race debrief was an idea I was supposed to do, but I didn't do it. So that's our season debrief, and look back at a very successful season. In the first ever United Team Racing 86.
I can do podcasts. Keep it PG. If you guys want me on the PGR podcast at some point.
Yeah, you know what? We got to start our own talk show on that. I'm thinking we have spoken about it. This was like a little test run of it. We could definitely do something for them, which I'd like to see. Yeah, we could talk to them about it, that sort of thing. But yeah, anyways, we can't wrap this up. This is going on way too long. I was aiming for 20 minutes of content. I was not expecting 43 minutes. But yeah, next time we'll be a little less professional. I feel like we're too professional here. If we just chat some garbage next time.
You know what we're actually like.
Yeah, right. So from me, I just want to thank you for driving for my team. And hopefully we can see you again in the purple and orange. But if not, I do wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, man.
And yeah.
Thanks for being my TP. Thanks for putting the faith in me.
Yeah. From us at United, though, I think that's all to say.
I think that is it.
Yeah. The season's done. F1 23. Here we come. We'll see you on that game for a new season of Wednesday DTS League. Thank you.